Appreciate everybody for tuning in to the nation. Really do. Thank you everybody for being part of the mix. This is the Low Nation Show. Let's go. Shout out to the notification squad. Swat up. You guys know how this go, man. We're going to have to talk about it, right? We know if we could, we will be about it, right? We'll be out there on the field. We'll be everywhere trying to make plays ourselves. But only thing that we can do right now is just talk about it. Appreciate everybody, especially those who watching early in the morning, early in the a.m. Normally, I hope I have enough time to go over the NFL breakdown session, but I want to really do touch on the topic with Colin Cowherd, the things and the noise that he was talking about as far as the game. I know I'm a little behind, but it is what it is. Come on, cameraman, get with me, cameraman, get with me. Appreciate those who's part of the mix, but we're going to get this thing going because we are a little pressed for time. But let me see if this can. There we go. All right, so let's listen to what he had to say.
And I picked the Eagles to upset the Bears. Now, the game I liked the most was Dallas, and it was closer than I thought. But the first thing I do when games are over, I go online or I get a box score, and it tells me this. If you just look at the box score, Dallas had over twice as many first downs as Seattle, 20 more plays, 100 more yards, over double the rushing yards, almost 2 yards more per run, and completely dominated time of possession. You know what the box score tells you? Because if you watch the game told you Russell Wilson is better than Dak. But the box score tells you Dallas is way better than Seattle. This was a personnel mismatch, and I'm surprised it was this close. Seattle did not have a first down until their fourth possession. I said going into the game, Seattle's a great story. They're not a great football team.
Well,
Dallas, we think of them as dysfunctional. Jerry Jones, can't win playoff games. They're a highly functioning organization. This is an excellent roster, but because of the limitations at quarterback, they have to win a certain way, and the game went the way it needs to go. Zeke had a big day. They were at home. Defense did their part. And then Dak does what he does often, made one big play late. I did like Dak's run late. Of course, he wouldn't have had to been a hero if he'd not thrown.
Let's make the corrections there, Colin Cowherd. There was more than one big play late. There was a fade pass for a touchdown for the young Dak Dakota Rain Prescott. And then on top of that, there were several other plays that he utilized his legs. And then if you look at this game collectively, there's nobody that outshined the other. I like a team that's everybody playing to the beat of the playoff competition, meaning that Dak Prescott did his deal. We can see that. We can understand that. Ezekiel Elliott did his deal. Amari Cooper caught balls when it was needed to. And then if you can look back at the box score, you can see that KJ Wright, he actually PI the guy. And I know that's back and forth. That can be semantics and certain factors. But this team, everybody played their part. And then if you flip over to the defense, our defense did their job. I'm saying our job, but you guys know what I'm talking about when I say ours. It's Cowboys. But this is the main point that I would like to pull out for everybody to know that even on the final drive, it was 75 yards that the young Seattle Seahawks team was able to do with the Russell Wilson down the field to lock it. 75 yards, even with that added into that cushion and put the I guess the talk track into different parameters, because if we were to able to stop them from there, then we would be saying to ourselves, look, we still held this team under 200 yards almost, but we kind of had them close to under 300 yards, a little less under that. But this team performed on every level. The offensive line played decent. The tight end, when it was time and it was needed for him to make a crucial catch, he was able to catch those particular passes. And did I mention Cole Beasley catching the third and long pass? And then Allen Hurns, he caught the good, I think it was like 13, 14 yard third down pass. So everybody played spectacular to me, just to me. But let's listen to more what Colin Cowherd has to say
on that awful pass on the previous drive. But if you look at the top 10 players on the Seahawks and the Cowboys roster, Russell Wilson and Bobby Wagner make it for Seattle. The other 8 best players, Zeke, Leighton Vander Esch, Amari Cooper, Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, Jalen Smith, DeMarcus Lawrence, Byron Jones, they're all Cowboys.
And this is nothing for I stop him again. He laid out all that. Look, Cowboy Nation, those who watching this thing on repeat or rewind or catching it on the ricochet, those who not live right now, let me ask you this. When has a team ever get punished for drafting well? The guys that they named, I guess the guys that Colin Cowherd just named, these are all guys that we drafted. This is not nobody that we went out and got free agents from. This is not a guy that we saw on another team besides Amari Cooper. But everybody that he named was somebody that was homegrown. So when has that become a problem? Let me know. What world are we living in? Bring me home, for crying out loud. Let me know whether or not I'm thinking right or I'm thinking on the right page, because everybody he just mentioned, minus Amari Cooper, who we gave up assets for, was drafted from our team. Now, let's not sneeze. Please, let's not do this. Do not do this, national media. Do not do this. Do not discount Frank Clark. Do not discount Bobby Wagner. Do not discount KJ, because everybody said that Bobby Wagner and KJ is one of the best linebacker tandems in the NFL. One of them. So how you going to just diminish and discount him and say it's only Bobby Wagner? You see? And then let's not do this, Cowboys Nation and national media. Is Pete Carroll a Super Bowl winning coach? I'll wait. It's collectively, is he a better coach than the Jason Garretts of the world? Collectively. I'm speaking collectively. So let's not discount that. Let's not discount the fact that they were the number 1 rushing team in the NFL and they faced the Cowboys and we shut that down. Let's not talk about that, okay? And this is me telling you guys the cold, hard truth. I hope you got your coffee. I hope you do.
Seattle has 2 great players. They are not a great team. Dallas is loaded with a limited quarterback. And I think increasingly, this was actually a very classic Dak Prescott game. He was mostly uninspiring. His stats were meh. He's consistently infuriating and inaccurate. But Zeke, big day, defense delivered, and he makes a play late. We've said from day one about Dak. It ain't pretty, but he has a certain personal resonance and calm in crisis. He tends to be better with the game on the line than he is in the first 3 quarters with just first downs on the line. But I do think this weekend is interesting because I think Dak, Trubisky, and Lamar are different versions of the same quarterback. The difference is Lamar and Trubisky have a ways to go until they get paid. Dak is about to get paid. And hopefully, once again, Dak Prescott has the self-awareness to understand there is a recipe for Dak to win. And those things all have to work, and they all did this weekend. Home, running, defense, make a big play late.
Well, anything to discount the guy. So if we were to lose, they say, okay, the main problem would be the quarterback. But my problem is collectively with this whole argument is that how can you discount the fact that the guy not only just did it on the 3rd and 14 play, but it was several plays leading up before that time frame. It was several plays. So to me personally, it's crass for anybody from the National to say to themselves, okay, this guy is trash. This guy's not able to do this. He's not able to push up a team. And then on top of that, he just proved that didn't we do the same thing or almost had the explosive offense last week before we even played the Seattle Seahawks without Ezekiel Elliott? Now, I'm not saying, hey, let's go out there and remove Ezekiel Elliott from this team to prove a point. That's not the case nor the scenario. Jordan needed Pippen. Do you guys know any championship rings that Jordan got without Pippen? I'll wait. And I'm not saying Dak Prescott is Michael Jordan. Do you know Pippen got a championship ring without Michael Jordan? So this thing where the national media always like to divide and to see whether or not a player can do it by himself is just trash and horrible argument and horrible debate points and things like that. And to me, it's crazy. To me, it is flat foot crazy. Appreciate you all for tuning in to the nation. I'm not able to see your comments at all at this time, but I really appreciate you all as part of the mix. For some reason, my stream has got a Murphy Law is in the building. That's what it is. But I hope that you guys are able to hear me and see me. But it is what it is at this point, Cowboy Nation. All we got to do is stay focused and concentrate on the things that we know what we need to do. T.O.P. You guys remember that, right? T.O.P. And I'm going to try to flip over to the NFL countdown. Matt Hasselbeck and his talking of negative about our team. Somebody got to do it, right? Somebody got to do it, and hopefully, and let me see if I can pull this away. Maybe if I close this out, we can get things going in the right direction. Appreciate you all. Don't forget to leave. There you go. There we go. Now we're cooking with grease. Appreciate everyone. Let me know of your thoughts. Let me know whether or not Colin Cowherd got a point. Let me know if you guys feel like he's on the right page with this. And then we can talk other parameters about this team. The next topic, let me see if I can do this right here. And we're going to switch it over to the NFL countdown. They said under their topic there, they said Cowboys overrated. They cannot beat the Rams. They cannot beat the Saints regardless of the scenario. So we should all go home and say, okay, hey, we forfeit this next game because we're not on the same parameter. We're not on the same base of everything. Let me show you the guys that's on this panel. I'm not able to give you guys visual of this topic, but you got, because it's NFL, so I'm not able to give you guys visual, so it's just going to be pure audio. So we're going to see what they have to say about the whole scenario and the whole situation about Dak Prescott and give them some old review. I haven't heard it yet. Shout out to, I got your name, you hit me up on Twitter, you said, hey Law, I forgot your name though. Charge it to my head, not my heart. He said, hey, review this for me, man. Check this out. Can you believe they have the audacity to talk about our team in these factions? And another one that I want to do is Jason Whitlock. I heard some of Jason Whitlock talking some noise too. But let's go ahead and listen to what they have to say. Appreciate you all for tuning in to the nation. Let's see what they got to say. Let's see what they got to say.
Their defense and where they played the ball. I think that, we were talking earlier about how far we think this team can go, and I think they can get to a championship game, and that's because of their defense. They might have to go on the road and play a New Orleans Saints team, a team that came to them and they beat them pretty handedly. Very physical football game. They got back to playing old school football defensively.
Old school.
And they hit the New Orleans Saints like the Saints hadn't been hit all season. They made them fear them offensively. As a team. And I think if they have to go on the road and also play the LA Rams, we've seen what the Chicago Bears were able to do to the Rams. They did it defensively. And that's what this Dallas Cowboy team has done so far. Dak Prescott is making plays for this team, and he's being the leader that everybody talks about him being.
To Charles
but this
Woodson.
defense, if they continue to play that way, they could find themselves in the championship game.
Oh, it's amazing, Charles. Music to my ears when you're talking about defense. Amazing. Both the teams have played
Rex
better
Ryan,
on defense, won the game, no surprise. But it's the combination. You mentioned the balance of their football team. And not just being able to run the ball, but if Dak can make, those plays on the outside, why can't they beat the Saints? They beat them to sleep the last time they played them. And you mentioned the Rams and all that. Shoot, they got to prove they can stop the run. So I tell you what, Dallas is a very dangerous team, in my opinion.
All right, so let's clear it up. If the Eagles win today, the Cowboys play the Rams. If the Bears win today, the Cowboys play the Saints, who, like you said, we know that they can beat on the road. So, Randy, if you're a Cowboys fan today, who are you rooting for? Who do you want to play?
Suit. Well, he's wearing the Cowboy colors.
That is Cowboy.
I really think when you look and talk about the beatdown that the Dallas Cowboys.
Let me show y'all Randy's suit, man. Yes, Randy Moss. You guys know Randy Moss. Love the Cowboys. Look at that suit, boy. Look at that suit. Boy, I tell you. Look at that suit, man. That's a nice suit, man. That's a nice suit. Look at that. Blue. Man, all he needed, I don't know if that shirt is a little gray, but that's a nice suit. You got to check that suit out. Oh, Oh, my goodness.
Talk high praise for Drew Brees. Michael Thomas has come along. I think that the Dallas Cowboys has the Saints numbers as of right now of what they were able to do in regular season. And granted, they gave Aaron Donald a week of rest. I don't think they want the LA Rams. I think the team right now that they want is the New Orleans Saints. So I think the Cowboys will.
I actually don't think it matters. I think the Dallas Cowboys are an overrated team. I think they played well last night. You know, the touchdown pass that Dak had in the red zone was a perfect pass. But they tried the same play the play before. It was a terrible pass. It was 5 yards out of bounds. But Dak Prescott, give him the credit. He made the plays, throwing the ball and running the ball that needed to be made. But none bigger than that quarterback draw on 3rd and 14.
Oh my
the Seahawks right there had the game in their hands. You stop them and hold them to a field goal right there, the game is yours. So I think the Dallas Cowboys are a team that has flaws. They are playing much better running the ball.
Every team has flaws.
But I don't think that they can match up, quite honestly, with the Rams and the Saints going forward.
I think.
So, with that being said, let me show you guys what his face look like. Okay, so you guys can see paint that picture. He's saying that he don't think that particular team that we saw, the Dallas Cowboys last week and beyond, or previous weeks, that they don't have a chance. Chicago beat the Rams. Okay. The Eagles beat the Rams. Okay. Was it a slugfest between the Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs? And remember, everybody was talking about, well, you know, when the Dallas Cowboys don't deserve to be on the same stage. And I said, the very next day, that's not football. That is not football, putting up 50 and 60 points. When the Dallas Cowboys play, we control the TOP. We hit them in the mouth. Although the Rams was able to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, we play a different style of football. We control the time of possession. We got D-Law. We got Randy Gregory. We got a nasty, underrated, not overrated, underrated Barbecue Woods, Malik Collins of the world, the Tyrone Crawford. We got an underrated interior defensive line that's ready. I hope that they can replay this and just replay this. Let me see if I can just so you guys can see his eyes. Let me see if y'all can see his eyes. Yeah, see his eyes. Look into the eyes of the man. Always look a man into the eyes, Cowboy Nation. And we'll say this right here. One way or another, we're going to punch him in the mouth, and we're going to go out there, and we're going to shut down that run. That's what we're going to do. Stop the run, eliminate them, punch them in the mouth, have the team, the LA Rams, to be one-dimensional. Forces them to pass the ball. Oh, did I mention that Goff is going to be a sitting duck inside the pocket? Can he roll out? My only reservation all this year was quarterbacks that can roll out of the pocket. There's only one left, and he's on the Eagles team, and he's sitting on the bench, Carson Wentz. Cowboy Nation, let them continue to think that we overrated, I meant to say. And I love this. I love everybody doubting us, everybody choosing to put us under the bus. That's okay. That's okay, because we didn't ask to be here anyway, right? We all for borrowed time. We don't supposed to be in the playoff anyway, right? Yes, indeed. Let's listen to the finality of this guy's conversation and see what they have to say.
They can match up, quite honestly, with the Rams and the Saints going forward.
But they've already done it.
So I know they've already done it, but I'm just saying, are you banking on them getting to a championship? I heard you say that you are. I am not. I do not think.
I'm banking on this team. If they play, I like the fact that if they have to go on the road and play against the Saints, they're playing in a dome, which they already play in a dome at home, and it's on artificial turf. So it's similar situation. The only difference is not a home game for them. But I like this team defensively. When DeMarcus Lawrence came out and said the way you beat this team is you hit them in the mouth. If they go there with that same mentality and play this New Orleans Saints, they've been off a couple weeks and they've rested some of their starters the last game of the season. This team could come out flat. And if they allow this Dallas Cowboys team, to go down there and get momentum early, this Cowboys team will end up in a championship game and go through New Orleans.
And I actually agree with that. And I think that's what happened yesterday. It looked like the Seahawks came out flat. It looked like the aggressor, the more physical team, the team with more like hype and energy and excitement was the Dallas Cowboys. And that's what we saw against the New Orleans Saints. When Dallas played New Orleans on Thursday night, you heard Jerry Jones talking about it was their Super Bowl. If they play that way, then sure. Fine, absolutely. But I don't think I've seen the level. I don't think I've seen that consistency from the Dallas Cowboys to make me feel like I believe in them.
But you haven't seen them in the playoffs playing with this consistency.
No,
this is the playoffs.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about right there. When he was able to say that, that Charles Woodson, you have yet to see him in the playoff playing that way. And the playoff is different. I think that Charles Woodson understands and knows that. The reason why is because this right here. When the Green Bay Packers won the Super Bowl, they went through the levels of going through the wild card. You guys know how that thing go. All right, so let's see if I can pull up some of you guys' comments, man. I really appreciate everybody for being part of the mix. Shout out to Timbo Mack for being the first person that's in the chat box on the Law Nation page. Philly Cowboys 76, second place. Bruce Banner, hey, don't turn into the Hawk right now. He's third place. Got to step it up, though. All right, and over here on the Law Nations 2.0 page, appreciate you all for being part of the mix. If you're on the Periscopes and if you are on the Twitch machine, I'm not able to see your comments, but still appreciate you all that's there. I'm here, there, and I'm everywhere. TX Bread, thank you for being the first person. And Dwayne Duryea Williams, second place. And Juan Carstilles, I think that's how you say your name. Appreciate you. I apologize in advance if I messed up your name. Shout out to Sarah Green and Sheila Neal. I'm about to merge y'all name together. Shout out to both of you all for being part of the mix as regulating this thing. Guys, all we got to do, I do know the outside noise is there, it's always there. But what I do on this particular platform, I listen to what they have to say. I listen to you guys' feedback, and then I give you guys my opinions of everything. And all I'm saying is from right here, if we continue to do the things that we've been doing all off season, all the way, even what we did before we was 3-5, and then beyond 3-5, and then to the point that we are right now, if we continue to do these things, man, oh my goodness, all it takes is 3 games. Oh, y'all check your watch. Y'all check your time. Y'all check your mind. Did y'all remember that when we was 3-5, didn't we win 3 games in a row? I'm waiting. Durays. Man, I still can't say it. Durays. Appreciate you, Mr. Williams. Appreciate you. All right, Jay Wilder. Man, appreciate you. Good morning. This is the thing. When we look at this team collectively, when we look at everything that's out there, there's sweat, blood, and tears. We've seen this before. We've seen a 3-game winning streak before. And all we got to do is wrap our mind around it again. It can flat foot happen. Appreciate everybody for being part of the mix. Don't forget, let's stay focused. Let's check out these film breakdowns. I think my guy Vach Lombardi, check him out. He just dropped the film breakdown of Dak Prescott. You guys go out there and support his page. Check out his channel. Check out my guy Shango. Check out Mark Holmes, both of his pages. He got 2 pages as well. Foots the King. Did I mention Okoye? Yeah, we're going to try to work on some things this week. We also got a show tomorrow. We're going to do the round table again. It's going to be me, Okoye, I guess Foots the King if he's able, and Vance Lombardi. We're going to talk about the Cowboys, the upcoming game. We might touch a little bit on the Seattle Seahawks, but we're really going to be geared towards the LA Rams. You know how they say to live and die in LA. You know this how it goes, baby. We're going to have to get this thing going one way or another, Cowboys. Let's go. Let's get this thing going. And you guys know I cannot leave y'all. I cannot leave you all with just, without no outro music. You know how that go, right? But appreciate everybody for being part of this mix, man. Don't forget to hit that like button. Share this content. Did I mention that I'm on iTunes? Oh, if you got a Roku player, hit that Roku up. I'm there too. So you guys can listen to what we have to say there. And Spotify. And if you like to do like the reviews and things like that, just shoot me a link via Twitter or shoot me a link via Instagram. I'll respond in those ways. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. Let's get this thing going. We're close. We're getting closer to Saturday. Same time. Let's get our mind right. Yes, indeed. And let me see what we got. Wolfhounds. All right, Julian, I'm going to try to find that wolf for us, man. Shame on somebody saying that I don't understand the wolf. Hey, what's understood don't have to be explained. LVE is the wolf hunter. And I'm not going to tell you why we got the wolf faces. Yes. No mental mistakes, Victor. Yes. We don't need no mental mistakes. Let's rise up to the occasion. I love to see some fire emojis, man. Let's get this thing going, baby. Every day. Let's go. Let's put our mind to it. It's all in the mental. Yes. Yes. Yes, let's go, Cowboy Nation. You guys know this is what it is. Yes. Y'all feel that, right? Yes. It's coming. The wolf. Come on, as soon as that thing load up, you guys gonna hear it. Yes. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, and make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting or lied about, don't deal in lies or hate it and yet give way to hating, and don't look too good nor talk too wise, if you can think and not make thought your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, if you can barely hear the truth you spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your whole life for broken and stooped and built back up again with worn out tools, if you can walk with legends nor lose the coming touch, if neither foe or trolls can harm you, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, my friend, Cowboy Nation, we have understood what it takes. If we understand those things, what it takes to be a champion. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. We're out. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Go, Cowboy Nation.